This is the GFCI for the swimming pool lights. Alright, turn that on. Trips. Turn that on. Trips. Turn this one on. It doesn't trip. So one of these lights should be working. And that one's not working. And this one is not working. So we have an electric short in one of the lights, which may or may not work, and the other light doesn't work. This should be faceless. Just the test and reset buttons. As it is now, they have appliances. This is supposed to be a dedicated circuit to the swimming pool lights. As it is now, they have appliances hooked up to it. Coming along here, excuse me, we got some cracked coping tile. There's been crack repairs right in there. I don't know if the camera's picking up all this. Crack repairs right in there. See all this mottling? Okay, all this mottling is an indication this swimming pool surface has been, well, one has been repaired. The mottling it's been painted. So instead of replacing the plaster, it was just painted, and it's time. See this nice brown sand right here? That's DE filter. That's the DE filter. It's leaking. Coming along here, this is the swimming pool suite. I don't know why it's not on. Okay, it was on. It wasn't moving. Right there at the end, that's the whip tail, and the foam, that's compromised on it. We've got plastic covers. The baskets need to be cleaned. They should be replaced every 2 years so that you don't step on it and it breaks and breaks your ankle. From the steps over there, the swimming pool is 2 inches lower over there than it is over here. The swimming pool was moved a little bit. I don't usually get excited until about 3 inches, but still. Oh, and it's moving. I guess it was just resting. Along here, okay, the mastic sealer. This is the mastic sealer. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap, and we're missing it all around here. It's been compromised. Coming along. So, crack repairs, paint. Another indication of the age of this swimming pool is that is not a vacuum breaker drain cover. And we only have one drain cover. So, I mean, that guy's antique. So the original plaster underneath this paint is antique as well. Coming along, the mastic sealer gets a little better around here. Got some spalling on this brick. Another skimmer, 2 skimmers. Okay. There's a chlorine tablet inside of there, so apparently their purification system needs a little help. I'm gonna go down in here a little bit. Try not to lose all my stuff. And I'll have to review that. I will review that. What I'm looking for is a weir trap, which are not required. There's reasons for and against them. This is the swimming pool equipment. It's in this nice little doghouse. So we come along here, and this is your filter. This is your drain, your backwash drain. And it comes along, we can follow it. It comes out, and it drains directly onto the ground, and eventually down to a creek. Okay, that may or may not be acceptable by today's standards in Duncanville. I just don't know. It'd be nice if there was a service light out here. It would be. You do have a service outlet, and it's not I can't remember. It is GFCI protected. No, that's just the light switch, excuse me. So we do not have an electric service outlet out here, so you can work on the equipment. We're edging up about 12 psi on the filter. That's usually pretty good. Moving on along, all these pipes should have been labeled. All these piping, so you know what you're turning your valve handles to. Coming along here, this is a saltwater free chlorine system that's been deactivated and turned off. That's probably why the chlorine tablets are there. This is the freeze sensor. We're just going to assume that it works. That's about where we're at. These are your timers. One's for the pump pool cleaner motor and one's for the regular pump. And if you look in there, you'll see some little sprockets and gears inside those little holes right there on the top right. If those are turning, you know that your timers are working, and they're turning. They're turning today. Got a little bit of rust and corrosion in the bottom of this guy. And speaking of rust and corrosion, that's the electric conduit. It's disconnected from the box, so just got this open hole where it's all rusting and corroding. Don't have a latch. I've been repairing things with tape again. The electric conduit over here is broken and compromised. Water can get it. Water is in there. You can see it actually. And then these are called bonding lugs. All your equipment's supposed to be electrically bonded to each other to keep stray current under control so that you don't get electrocuted. So you don't have that. This is a regulator for a propane tank. And you can see all that water in there. It should be capped off if it's not in use. So this system is pretty much wank. I'm standing on a pad. It's not level. It probably was where the heater was, and that's what that propane jobber is for. So all this equipment needs some TLC, from labeling it, to bonding it, to correcting the electric conduit, to seeing what's wrong with the gas sanitizer. All this swimming pool needs some help, from finding out why you do not have the pool illuminated, from why the GFCI is tripping, from why is the filter dropping soil down here. The whip in, that's de minimis. It's like $4 part. But you need to budget. Probably not leveling, but you need to budget for a new pool surface. It's time. And also, I forgot. Didn't forget. I never forget. The mastic sealer needs to be sealed to keep water from getting underneath the deck, causing static pressure to crack your pool and the deck cover. And the heater's gone, but this is the only gas to this house, this property. It's propane. This is beyond the scope of what I'm doing. Okay, it's been decommissioned, but I swear, well, I don't swear, never. I smelled gas when I opened it up, and I don't even think propane has an odor, by the way. Now this is all copper, and propane and copper get along. Okay, propane and copper and natural gas don't get along, but propane and copper is acceptable for propane. But this is it. This is the guy. You got a little propane in there. I don't know what you'll do with it unless it's leaking out. It's far enough away from the structure. So